Hello again. Well, I've done plenty of reviews on Miele cylinder vacuum cleaners, so today I thought it's about time I did a review of Miele's upright vacuum cleaner. This is the current top of the range upright available in the UK. It's the Miele S7 Autocare Hepa. It comes with all the bells and whistles, the Hepa filtration. There's an automatic suction setting as well, full variable speed control, onboard tools, bagful indicator, an LED, super bright LED headlight, and with this model you also get included the mini turbo brush. This is ideal if you've got pets, because when you use this on the hose it whizzes round, the brush whizzes round, and it deals with pet hairs on your upholstery, stairs and pet bedding. So if you've got pets, this is a good model to go for. Miele also do a cat and dog version of the S7 with similar features to this, but with a more simplified electronic speed dial here and no headlight. But it does actually come with the mini turbo brush that you get with a top of the line model. Well, enough of me lounging next to this machine. Let's give you a guided tour, and then we'll throw some muck down on the carpets and hard floors and see if this S7 performs as well as their cylinder cleaners. Here we have the back of the S7 vacuum cleaner. This shows the built-in tools and the cord storage. It's a long 10-metre cord, which you'll find is adequate for most homes unless you live in a very large home. But having a nice long cord means there's less plugging in and unplugging when you're vacuuming, which saves a bit of time and hassle. You've also got a little clip here. This helps secure the rest of the flex together, so when you're carrying the machine it doesn't all fall about. And to release this clip you just squeeze it and it comes off there. To release the entire selection of flex, all you do is turn up the hook here and you just pull the entire flex off the machine like that and plug in so you're ready to use it. The onboard tools include a very nice, very long crevice tool. That's ideal for getting in all your nooks and crannies and down the sides of your chairs, cleaning out your car and that sort of thing. And they all fit really securely on board. There's no chance these tools are going to fall out. You also get a dusting brush with real horsehair brushes, so it's nice and soft, and you can adjust the angle of the nozzle as well, so that's ideal for dusting your pelmets, your shelving, your blinds and any delicate surfaces. Again, that fits neatly on board. Just before I show you the other tool, this is the built-in carry handle. The machine is heavy, but with this carry handle it's a very strong, secure carry handle. It's relatively easy to carry. And the small tool we have here right at the top is an all-in-one sort of upholstery and stair tool with litter pickers for your pet hairs and your threads and fibres. So that fits. This is an earlier version of the S7. I believe Miele have changed the small nozzles slightly compared to this model. The hose is built on at the side here, and also your metal telescopic extension tube. To release the hose, all we have to do is just pull it. If I stand up here, and the hose will just remove from the machine. Just pull it down here. And in order to secure the hose, to stop the machine from falling over, you just push the hose down like this until it clicks. And now you'll be able to use the machine for all your above floor cleaning without it moving all around the place. So that's good to keep it secure. Unlike some cleaners, some good cleaners like Sebo, unfortunately the hose for their upright cleaners comes out near the top of the bag compartment, which does mean the machine is prone to topple over. But with this S7, Miele have thought of this, and by putting the hose low down and having this lock system that points the hose slightly downwards, it means that it will take a lot of tugging before that machine will fall over. You've got a comfortable hand grip which you can use. You can connect the tools directly to the hand grip or connect the tools to the end of the extension tube, but you can remove the tube easily and the tools will fit directly on. For example, you can put the crevice tool directly onto this nozzle. That's better if you're using it in a confined space like inside your car where you don't need to use the extension wand. Put the tool directly on. But if you do need the wand, for example if you're cleaning up high, if you're getting rid of those pesky cobwebs, you can put the nozzle on the end of the hose like that, and then by pressing this little button here you can pull the tube out to its full length so you can reach up high, or you can reach down low, so if you want to do your skirting boards right to the edge without having to bend. Like I said, the other tool that you do get with this machine as standard is the Turbo Mini. There's no onboard storage for that, but as the machine is quite heavy anyway, if Miele had found somewhere to store that on board, it would make the machine even heavier. So that has to be stored separately in your cupboard, so when you need it, you just need to get it out. It has a rotating brush that works on the suction power of the machine. So inside here, if we press this button and pull back, again having to use my legs to hold it, there we go, this opens up. Now you can see how it works. There's a twin bladed fan there, so as the machine sucks up, suction flows through this, these fan blades rotate, and in turn they rotate the brushes. So this opens up for you if you need to clean it out, if it gets blocked up, if you get any threads or fibres or hairs trapped around there, you can open it up and give it a good clean. You don't need any tools for that, and it'll just simply click shut, and then you pull that back down, and it swivels as you're using it, so you've got a bit of flexibility. This part moves back and forth, so that's ideal for cleaning up your pet hairs. It's also very good on your car mats, especially if you've got any ground-in dirt on your car mats. With the rotating brush and the powerful suction of the Miele, you can really dig deep into the carpet and groom it as well. So that's an ideal accessory to have as a bonus. If you haven't got it as standard with your Miele, it is one accessory I would recommend. They also do an even smaller version of this now, which I haven't tried myself personally. I will at some point, which is slightly cheaper than this, and it's even better for your cars because it has a more compact shape, so it'll fit into more tight spaces for you. So I'll put that to one side and just reassemble the machine in upright mode. Just take the tubes extensions off, there we are. Condense the tube back down, and then all we need to do is pop the hose back upright like that. And then you need to put the end of the tube into the side of the cleaner there. So now the suction is diverted to the floor head for carpet and hard floor cleaning. On the base of the machine we've got this very bright LED headlight. Why do you need a headlight on a vacuum cleaner, you say? Well, until you've had a headlight on a vacuum cleaner, yes, you probably will think it's a waste of time, but it's very useful if you're cleaning in dark areas of your home, if you haven't got very good lighting, you're cleaning under beds, you're cleaning under tables. It just helps illuminate the area so you can see where the dirt is. You can also see if you've dropped anything that you don't want to pick up. Here is where the filter is located. The exhaust air blows upwards on this Miele, so it's not coming out the side or the back. This is so it doesn't dislodge any dust in the air or on your surfaces. It's supposed to just blow directly upwards, and so the surrounding area will remain blow free, if that's the right word, because some vacuum cleaners exhaust air can blow onto the floor, especially floors, and it can blow the dust away from the nozzle, and you don't want that happening. So inside here, this is the top filter which comes with this top of the range. This is the active Hepa. So it has a Hepa filter layer, and it also has a carbon layer which is supposed to help reduce odours. The base models come with an air clean filter, and the cat and dog version comes with an active air clean, which doesn't have the Hepa bit, but it does have the charcoal odour reducing part. But any S7 upright can be upgraded or downgraded, whichever filter you need. So even if you buy the base model, you can, if you want, buy the Hepa filter to turn it into a Hepa version. So that fits in there. That's supposed to be replaced about once every year, Miele say. And to help you, there's a little space here. I've not done it myself, but you can actually write the date you fitted the filter. So it'll just remind you, well, what will remind you to change the filter is a little illuminated light, which I'll show you in a minute. That just fits in there. We've got a swivel neck, which replicates a sort of a ball, like a Dyson ball, but in my experience it works better. It's more intuitive to use this Miele with a swivel neck. It's obviously, you'll see it when it's in action. You have piston operated bag check indicator. This panel here will turn red as the bag fills. It's always best to periodically check your bag. Don't rely completely on these indicators. It's just a guide for you. After you've been using the machine a few weeks, or when you first get it brand new, I would check the bag after a few days use, because you may be surprised how much more dirt has come out of your carpet once you've got a Miele, especially if your carpets are only being vacuumed with a cylinder cleaner, suction only, because they tend to not be able to pick up really heavy and deep down dirt that you can get up with an upright cleaner. So the maximum wattage is 1800 watts, and the lowest it will consume is 300 watts. Here we have a little lever that opens the bag door. This is something that I didn't really like. The first ever Miele S7 I bought several years ago, when they first came out, was the cat and dog version, and this was the thing I didn't really like. The bag door does seem a bit flimsy. I mean, I've never had it fail on me, but when you're opening it, it does seem flimsy. Anyway, it takes U-sized bags. These are the high clean type bag, and they fill from the top, and you really can, I've just put a new bag in, but you really can fill these right to the top without any noticeable loss in performance or suction. These are fantastic bags. They filter the dirt very well, and they keep the dust compartment clean. I mean, there may be some fine dust, but no, that's pretty clean. I've never cleaned this compartment out. With some older cleaners, with paper bags, you would often find a lot of dust building up, which is very difficult to clean from the intricate surfaces you get inside these bag compartments. So there we have the bag. You just pull it out, and it's self-sealing. There's a latex or rubber membrane around to give it a good seal, and that closes when you take it out of the machine, providing you've not really filled it too full, because then it won't properly close. So that's the bag. Behind the bag we have the motor filter, easy to access, and you can see how clean that is. This machine has been used quite a lot. I've not put a new filter in it. It's had several bags full in this machine, and that is spotless. That's how good the bags are. Miele do offer extra filters. You know, there's this filter and of course the Hepa filter I showed you. But to be quite honest, the bag is the main filter, and it really does a good job. And you do not have the messy emptying of a bagless cleaner or the filter maintenance that you need to perform on a bagless vacuum. It's all in all, it's just a much more civilised way of getting rid of your dirt, in my opinion. So there we are, that's the bag in place. And again, there's a bit of resistance always when you close the bag door, but it does, once it is closed and locked in place, I mean, it's secure. On the top here, we've got your controls. They're probably best viewed from above and this way, because this is the way we vac the floor. Oops, daisy, there we go. This is the way you'd view them as you're vacuuming, so they're designed to be viewed from above. So, similar to the S8 that I've uploaded, a video of that, similar sort of thing. You've got a minus and a plus button. So you've got settings designed for your curtains, upholstery, rugs. That's the silent setting, which gives you the best performance at a lower wattage and lower noise level. Then you've got your carpet setting, and then you've got your hard floor setting there. This button here, again, there's a similar button on the S8 Unique. It just resets the filter, so when the Hepa filter needs changing, that will light up. Once you put a new filter in, you just press the reset button. There's also lights showing you whether you've got the machine on carpet or hard floors. So the carpet light, that lights up when the rotating brush is being used. You've also got here an overheat light, so if the machine becomes blocked, or this is unlikely, if you use it when the bag's full and it really is full, the machine will cut off, the suction will turn off, and you can just see what the problem is, either a blockage or a full bag, or you need to replace the filter. This turns on, I believe. Now, I haven't used it for a while, so I think that lights up when you're using it in carpet mode. I think that symbolises the brush roll, but I'll turn it on and we'll check. There's this automatic switch, which basically automatically adjusts the suction according to the surface you're cleaning, and you'll find this does work with the hose and when it's in upright mode. Although if you're cleaning delicates like your curtains, always use the lower setting. Don't put it in automatic, because it can increase the power and suck the curtains into the nozzle or your delicate fabrics and damage them. So for delicates, always use manual and one of the lower power settings. On the handle, got comfortable hand grip. You've got the controls. Let me just put it upright for you again and turn it round. Let's just move the flex out of the way. So we've got two controls on the handle. You've got your main on-off thumb switch, and you've got your carpet and floor. So all that does, on carpet mode, it turns on the brush roll motor, and when you've got in floor mode, you've got suction only. Because this is two motors, this vacuum cleaner. It has one 1800 watt motor to provide the suction, and then there's a smaller motor in the cleaning head which actually drives the brush bar. I'll show you the brush bar in a moment. The other thing I need to show you is the release lever here. So you press that down with your foot to release the machine into the operating position. So let's just press that. And when you do release it, and if I can show you, I'll put the camera down. If you see the wheels there, they move up into the main body of the cleaning head, and then you can use the machine. It's very easy to push, especially when it's working. It helps move itself along. So it is a heavy vacuum cleaner, but when in use it doesn't feel quite so heavy. But if you need a light vacuum cleaner, then possibly this isn't the cleaner for you. You can also press down again when the machine's in the operating position. You can press down again, which raises the front of the head like this. So that's useful if you're going from a floor onto a rug, to stop the machine sort of pulling in, especially if the rug has a fringe. You just press down again with your foot, move the head onto the rug, and then release, and then you can go about cleaning the rest of your carpets. Now I'll just show you the underside of the machine. I'll just leave the camera there while I move the machine. There we go. So here we have the base plate of the machine in a nice chrome. These two swivel wheels that move very freely help to give you the swivel action, so you can manoeuvre the machine easier around furniture. This design brush roll, the brushes aren't very long, but they're quite dense and a nice stiffness, not overly stiff but not too soft. And they're designed to direct the dirt into the middle of the cleaner where the main air path is. And they also self-adjust. If you look, they move up and down according to the thickness of the carpet you're on. Also has these side suction nozzles either side that help to get the dirt into the machine right up to the edge. And there's also this squeegee part at the back which helps to prevent any dirt from being flicked behind the machine. This helps trap any dirt that would be flicked, and so it gets sucked back into the nozzle and into the bag. So that's the tour of the Miele S7. Now we're going to see how it performs in real life situation. We're going to clean some hard floor with it, some carpet, and we're going to see how the machine cleans up using the cleaning tools. Right, we're going to test the Miele S7 upright vacuum cleaner on the carpet, and we've really given it a big test to do. This dirt comprises of an awful lot of things that I've vacuumed up from my home over the past few weeks. There's dog hair there, there's dust, there's bits of paper, there's also rice and flour and sugar and couscous, all sorts that I've thrown on my hard floors in order to demonstrate some other vacuum cleaners. So everything has been saved up and spread all over this carpet. So, typical of my other videos, we're going to do one forward and one backward pass right through the middle of this mess, so we should see quite a difference, because there'll be a nice, hopefully, a nice clean path. So here we go then. I think I'll put the Miele in the carpet setting, not full power, but just one below. So we'll switch it on. So as you can see, the headlights come on. It's in low power at the moment, so we just need to increase that. And we also need to switch the rotating brush on. So we'll first put it into carpet mode. And then switch on the rotating brush. Right, not quite 100% clean because there is a little line left here. That's to be expected. This is actually where the belt is on the machine, so there's no brush on that part. But the bit that it has cleaned, considering this amount of dirt, it's really made a clean sweep. Obviously, when you're vacuuming, you're not going to have this sort of mess on your carpet. You'll also be overlapping your strokes and going in all sorts of different directions, so you don't tend to go in one straight line like this. So that is very good carpet cleaning performance, and that wasn't even on full power, that was on the setting just below. Incidentally, the light here, just move the machine, let me just get it to show you here, the light here, that will illuminate should you block the brush. The rotating brush will automatically turn off if it becomes obstructed, and then in that instance that will light up to show you what's happened, and then you need to clear the obstruction and turn the machine back on. So let's get all this mess cleared back up, then we'll have a look at the cleaning tool use, and then we'll go downstairs and clean the kitchen floor. So here we have the Miele S7 ready to go to clean a standard flight of stairs. I've attached the Turbo Mini head directly to the handle of the hose, and looking at the hose now, you'd think there's no way that's going to reach right up to the top of the stairs, where I've thrown down some muck, mainly dog hairs, because we're going to test out the efficiency of the Turbo Mini head, because that's its main function really for pet owners. I've got pet hair to deal with. This is what Miele say will do the job. So with the machine firmly at the bottom of the stairs, and it's resting up against the bottom step, when you're cleaning stairs there's no need to lock the hose in the downward position. If you do, it just means you're not going to have quite so much reach. So as long as the machine is up against the bottom step, it's quite safe to have that in the unlocked position, because it will give you just a little bit of extra reach. So it should, to be a true stair cleaning machine, it should reach to the top of the stairs without having to have an extension wand. So I'm walking up now, as you can see, put down some similar dirt to the dirt we tested on the main carpet, just to test this nozzle. And yes, it's a little bit of a stretch, but it does reach the top step, and I will be able to clean the top step. So we're just going to test now the efficiency of the Miele Turbo Mini. Need to walk down and switch on. It will be noisier because the turbo head does make an additional noise to the machine, and we're having the machine on full power. Make sure I turn the right nozzle on. So we can see the parts of the stairs I have cleaned. That was the mess on two of the stairs, and the Miele Turbo Mini, in conjunction with the crevice tool, because the Turbo Mini won't go right up to the edges, especially with all that dirt, it has removed all that pet hair and other dirt that I threw down on the stair carpet. And surprisingly, the turbo brush is still relatively clear. It hasn't got a load of muck wrapped around it. If you've got a particularly long-haired dog, or there's long-haired people in your home, you might find that hair will wrap around. It's easy enough to remove, should that be the case. But I've got one long-haired dog that sheds and another that doesn't, and in all the time I've used this, it's not been a major problem for me. So that's the Miele on the stairs. We'll see what other jobs we can do with the included cleaning tools. So there I've given you a rough idea of the sort of things you can tackle using the attached hose and the cleaning tools that come with the Miele S7. And I have to say, as far as uprights go, this is one of the best uprights I've used for tool use, for above the floor. Most uprights can't really cope with above the floor. They're not as convenient to use as a cylinder machine. This, yes, it isn't as convenient as using a cylinder model for doing all your above floor jobs. But for an upright, it's a good compromise. The hose is long, the machine stays stable when you're using the tools, and you have all the tools you need there really to tackle most jobs around your home. And of course, if you look on Miele's website, you will find a multitude of other cleaning tools you can purchase separately, which will make this machine even more versatile for above floor jobs. Well, there's only one thing to do now, is take the machine downstairs to the kitchen and see how the Miele S7 performs on hard floors. Right, okay, we've come into the kitchen now and discovered somebody's made a right old mess on my floor. Now, what's been put on this floor is the sort of things you would spill on a kitchen floor, so I've not really included pet hair, which any vacuum cleaner should be able to remove easily off a hard floor. So the things we have to pick up include flour, rolled oats, fruit and fibre cereal, sugar, rice and couscous. I think that's everything. So there's a mixture of fine and larger particles there. So we're going to clean the floor using the Miele S7 on its hard floor setting, which means the brushes are switched off, and we're going to have it on maximum suction power. So we're just going to pass the cleaner back and forth through the middle of this mess, and then we'll look at the results. Now, as you can see, it's done a fairly good job because there was a lot of mess, but it has actually left some of the finer, well, some of the larger particles in fact. I'm not overly disappointed by this result because obviously there's a lot more mess down here than you'd normally deal with. What I'm going to try though, because I think the suction might have been too powerful for the job in hand, I'm going to do it on a slightly lower setting next time round and see if that makes a difference. Well, as you can see, it's not fantastic at the larger particles. The smaller particles, fine, but the larger particles it has left. So unfortunately it can't have a 5-star rating for cleaning hard floors. I will clean up the rest of this. It will get everything eventually, I'm sure. So we'll clean up the rest of it and then I'll do my summing up. Well, it didn't take many moments to actually remove all that mess using the Miele. I think the problem is partly with this floor, it's just a lino floor that isn't completely stuck down everywhere, it's only stuck down in places, and I find if the vacuum is too powerful, it tends to suck the lino up to the nozzle and it creates a seal. So obviously it did work slightly better when I reduced the suction. What I'm going to do now though, just to give a final test on hard floors, is to actually use this nozzle, which you can buy as an option. It's Miele's Parquet Twister Head, which is specifically designed for hard floors and more delicate floors. So if you're worried about scratching your delicate parquet, you could always buy this head, which fits on to the end. It is slightly short, the handle, because it's only a shorter extension tube. If you want to go the whole hog, you could of course use an additional extension tube, which would be rather expensive. If you have a Miele cylinder as well, if you're lucky enough to have both, you could actually use your extension tube from your Miele cylinder. In fact, you could use your carpet and hard floor nozzle from your Miele cylinder to do the hard floors if you want to. So let's put down a little bit of muck, all the same dirt I put down before, but in a small area, and we'll see if we can clean it up using the Parquet Twister Head. So all in all, that was much better performance using the Parquet Twister Head. But like I say, I think the fault possibly lays with my floor, because it is hard to clean with such a powerful machine, because this floor does actually move. If you've got a tiled floor, or if your lino is stuck down a bit firmer than mine, I don't think you'll have any problem, but perhaps you should experiment with the settings, because you'll find you probably won't need to use quite so much suction power. But using this very flexible Parquet Twister Head, it got up all the dirt. The advantage of this head, it will also get into tighter spaces than you can get with your upright. For example, here I can go right in this gap here where I can't actually clean with the main head. So to increase the versatility, I would always recommend getting a separate hard floor head if you want to. Well, that's nearly the end of my review on the Miele S7 upright vacuum cleaner. Would I recommend it? Yes, 100%. It's not perfect. I haven't found the perfect vacuum cleaner yet. I've been searching for over 30 years to find the perfect vacuum cleaner, but so far it doesn't exist. But this S7 does come close. I wouldn't recommend this if I didn't believe in the machine. I don't get paid by Miele. I bought this with my own money. I'm just your average Joe. Well, not quite so average, but I'm your, well, no, I'm not your average man in the street. Anyway, I'm just a person who's bought a vacuum cleaner. I don't work for Miele, I don't design them. I do know quite a lot about vacuum cleaners, so I can recommend it with a small proviso. If you're looking for a machine that's a bit smaller and lightweight, don't go for this. It is quite a large machine, and at over 10 kilograms, it's heavy. Saying that, when you're actually pushing the machine on carpets and floors, it does move quite easily, and the swivel action is very good. It does help to manoeuvre around your furniture. But if you have trouble carrying a vacuum cleaner upstairs and you don't have much space to store a big machine, then you'll have to look elsewhere, I'm afraid. That's the only disadvantage. As far as performance goes, I would give it 5 out of 5 on carpets. It does a fantastic job. It really brings up the pile, it removes pet hair, all the dirt. Hard floors, slightly disappointing on my hard floor. I'll only give it 4 out of 5, but I did give it rather a lot to pick up. I think for normal cleaning on your hard floor, the Miele S7 will be fine. Above floor cleaning, it will reach to the top of a standard flight of stairs without too much stretching. The turbo nozzle that comes with this particular model is very good for removing more difficult pet hairs and other deep down dirt, say on your car mats, so I'd recommend it for that. And for using above the floor, it's not as convenient to use as a cylinder cleaner, but as far as using an upright for above floor, it's pretty close to the convenience of a cylinder cleaner. The hose is long, it stands securely when it's used in tool mode, it won't topple over unless you're very violent with it, and it comes with all the tools really you need to do all your home cleaning, with the option of buying alternative tools if you want to extend your cleaning arsenal. So anyway, the Miele S7, whichever variant you choose, whether you go for this top model or you go for the base model, I wouldn't say there'd be any difference in the performance. It's whether you really want the automatic feature, whether you want the LED headlight, whether you want HEPA filtration. It's up to you. So yes, I can recommend this machine. I don't recommend many machines 100% wholeheartedly, but if you're looking for a quality bagged upright vacuum cleaner, really look no further than the Miele S7. Even if you're looking for one of the more high-end bagless vacuum cleaners, I suggest you reconsider, especially if you've got allergies, because these machines may have HEPA filtration and may have approvals by British Allergy Foundation and other approvals like that. But when you come to emptying the machine, unless you get somebody to do it well away from the house, then you're just going to be exposed to all that dust, because there's no way you can empty a bagless cleaner without some of the dust flying up into the air. So if you really want clean, hygienic disposal, you have to go bagged. And the new sort of bags that you get, like the high clean bags on the Miele cleaners, they filter extremely well and they do not lose suction even when they are chock-a-block full. I can guarantee that I've used this cleaner until the bag is right full to the brim and have not noticed any drop in performance. Obviously you will have to pay for the bags, that's an ongoing cost, so that's the slight downfall of having a bagged cleaner, but if you value a clean home, it's bagged all the way. Well, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, hope it was useful. Stay tuned to my channel for more reviews and other vacuum cleaner related things. So, until then, I'll see you soon.